To believe we are recording. Okay, excellent. Happy and blessed Tuesday night, team. My name is Myra Ferreira. I am based in Tampa, Florida, and tonight I am actually hosting for you. Pardon me, I know I had a light out right now, so you're going to see about half of my face here. But regardless, I get to plug in with each of one of you each Tuesday night when we do these team trainings. And I want you to understand that this time right now is pretty much like what we consider class being in session for us, right? So for anyone that's new, understand that what we get to do is that we get to learn on how other leaders have been successful implementing proven systems and steps and just learning. This is really an opportunity to continue to grow and implement the skills that have taken some of the most successful entrepreneurs in this industry straight to the top. So there's a spot there waiting for you. You made the very first move, which was deciding to get started. So I do want to congratulate you on that. Now, if this is the first time you're plugging in, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat so we can definitely celebrate you. And I know the team will show you some love because it does take courage and it takes a bit of bravery to step out of what you've gotten used to in life. So we definitely want to salute you for that. And we also want to be alongside on this journey with you, continuing to encourage you and definitely give you the skill set and complement your journey on this path, right? So we get to, again, like as I said, learn. We're going to be covering some amazing topics tonight. It's going to be something that a lot of it, it'll probably be more of the aha moments. But again, that's just the way that we'll learn. And then we as well have an additional trainer on the back end that's going to give us some skills on how she's been able to hit the ground running with the very most recent relaunch of the company, having a great deal of success with client enrollments, as well as new business partnerships and agents that have come on board. So for starters, I definitely want to update everyone. If you had not yet heard, if you were not quite aware, on Sunday evenings, that's where you want to make sure that you are plugging in, because that's going to go over the foundational skills. It's really geared towards the newer agents, those that are still growing their own team and still learning the basic steps, because you don't have to know all of it in order to be successful, but you do have to start somewhere. So the Sunday trainings, they were previously on Monday. Sunday nights, they're going over the foundation and setting that very strong and solid foundation that you will be able to rely on as you continue to grow, and as well show that and help to create duplication within your team. Now, Wednesday nights, if you are an elite or above with the company, there's also training that's more specific and geared towards being at that level of growth already and having that level of followers and being able to be that leader for your team and continue to grow into the role of leadership. So make sure that you're having those dates in mind. Again, Sunday nights if you're newer, but then also these Tuesday night trainings we do each Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then in addition, Wednesday nights for those elites and above.
I'm good.
So for anyone that is plugged.
You know, you see the security guy.
Okay.
I muted everybody.
Okay, I think I'm unmuted now, but fabulous. I do appreciate that support. But anyhow, I just want to actually just start laying a little bit of foundation, because on this journey, one of the things I'm grateful for has been the partnerships, the friendships, and the people that I know have been there with me along the way and throughout the growth. So I get to connect with this amazing boss lady tonight. She and I have established a friendship over years, and we even knew each other before this opportunity, but it has really been amazing to see her continue to grow. And I've been able to count on her to help cover on hosting for these events, but I've also been able to see her come out of her comfort zone, which I know is a key part to getting her to the next level of her success. I know we got to say hi to her just a few moments ago. She's helping as well tonight with supporting it. But please help me welcome on Joerica Marquez. Can you hear me, Joerica?
Yes, thank you, Myra. Thank you.
Excellent.
I appreciate you both as a business partner and as a friend. You're amazing. Your work ethics does really motivate a lot of people. And as I told you before, the industry needs you, right? The industry needs Myra. But with that being said, I don't have any slides.
Same to you, boss lady. Same to you.
Thank you, my love. So I don't have any slides today. This is kind of last minute, but I wanted to talk about a little bit about signature talk and why it's important and what is a signature talk, right? So a lot of people like to spam online, right? Like, hey, join my business. Hey, fix your credit. Hey, do this, do that. So you're always like pounding like sales, 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 sales. But a lot of the times that doesn't work, right? And a really good book, if you have notes, if you're taking notes, it's called Jab, 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 Right Hook. That's a great book. So you can learn kind of providing information, right? And that's what a signature talk really is. When you do a signature talk, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you're clear on what you're going to do, right? And what I mean by that is, who is your audience, right? Who are you trying to target? Once you answer those two questions, and also like, what problem are you trying to solve, right? Those are important questions that you got to ask yourself before you do a signature talk, right? You don't want to just talk about anything. You want to have a specific reason why you're doing the signature talk, right? So when you're doing this talk, what you're going to do is you're going to provide information. How do you provide information? Do some research, use Google, use YouTube University, read books, take some notes, right? And then provide that value to everybody. Now, a good note to make is when you're doing the signature talk, don't be spammy. Don't talk about your products. Don't talk about sales. Don't talk about your company. Like really provide value for people. This is how you're going to start gaining trust from people. And at the same time, people are going to find you so valuable that they're going to trust you and they're going to want to do whatever that is it that you're doing, or if they need something about credit or whatever you were talking about, they're going to go ahead and reach out to you, right? Because you are providing that information. And also you're planting seeds with your signature talks. So they'll be like, oh, well, I did see somebody that was very knowledgeable in credit or cleaning products or whatever it is, right? So when you do the signature talk, make sure it is relatable and make sure that it's helpful, right? I do have an example. Today I did a short signature talk without even realizing it was a signature talk. And it's a little corny, but I'm gonna go ahead and share it with you. Give me 1 second, let me share my screen here. And I'll give you a short example here. Do you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right. Hey everyone, my name is Yuerica Marquez and I am a loan originator or loan officer, and I help you with your mortgages and mortgage needs, right? So as a mortgage loan originator, I do get a lot of questions in regards to credit. So today I'm just going to take a few minutes to briefly go over what makes up your credit score and specifically what lenders are looking for in addition to just your credit score. So if you just give me a minute here, I'm going to share my screen. All right, so understanding your credit, 30% of your credit score is how much you owe. So like on your credit cards, you want to make sure that you keep your utilization as low as possible, or at least below 30%. Anything above that can bring your credit score down dramatically. 35% of your score is your payment history. So this is a biggie. Try not to fall behind on any of your payments, because one monthly payment that you may miss or late, it can bring your credit score over 100 points, right? Another one is 15% of your credit score is made of length of credit history. So when did you open, your first credit card, or when did you get your first car loan? 10% is a mixture of your credit, right? So meaning credit cards or auto loans or home loans. And then 10% would be your new credit history, right? That would be 10% of that. Now, in addition to this, lenders want to see how you handle your money. So you got to make sure that you are not, over getting things. Like, let's say you had 3 cars and you maxed out all your credit cards. You might have a 720 credit score, right? But if you owe a lot of money, what's going to happen is it can impact how much you can actually get financed for, right? Or it can even keep you from getting qualified for that home loan. So keep that in mind if you're looking to purchase a home in the near future. Just make sure that you don't go out getting a bunch of cars or spending a lot of money on your credit cards and not paying it back. Now, if you found this information useful, go ahead and just feel free to share this, or if you had any more questions, feel free to contact me. I'm going to put my information down below. You guys have a great day. All right, so can you guys hear me?
Yes. So, Joerica, if I may just hop in real quick, and team, let's go light it up in the chat in acknowledgement of her just evolving and coming out. I know that she initially was not necessarily one to put her face forward with regards to sharing this information and growing. But again, I've witnessed her grow over the years. And that right there is an amazing example of something that's duplicatable, right? Because I don't think any of us were credit experts before getting started with this opportunity. I know I myself was not. And that was one of the biggest limitations that I had in my mind. How could I assume this role or this position? But guess what? Your followers, your connections, your contacts, your friends, those individuals that you get to meet on this journey, and those who eventually actually go to you for this need and for this help, they know you for what you've done over the years. They don't necessarily know you for a credit expert either. But when you start to bring that value to the table, then they can identify you as a go-to person. Now, another thing that's really, really important is making sure you're relying on systems and sources of that information. But we're also going to have some contributions here right now by one of our ambassadors. I know that he's on the screen right now, but he's definitely someone that has been a trainer. He shouldn't even be training right now because he's still pretty much in recovery mode. But I don't know if I could tell this man no, I don't know. Somebody else could try. But in the meantime, definitely let's give all of our undivided attention to, again, one of our ambassadors. He's crossed stages before, has addressed thousands of people as far as crowds for training. And he's always been someone that I've looked up to and that has mentored me on my journey. Let's give it up for none other than Dr. Arnold Bogerty. Can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Myra, can you hear me okay?
Yes, you're good.
I tell you what, guys, I am a big, if you guys know me, all right, I'm a big space fan, but I'm also a big Star Wars fan, right? And so I'm talking to my son today, and I'm like, hey, Cameron, am I getting my voice back? He's like, yeah, Dad, you sound like Darth Vader. I'm like, oh, really? You're getting me? But hey, at least I get to sound like my hero. No, I'm just joking around, guys, but hope everybody's doing well tonight. That was a corny dad joke, and I'm famous for them, and there's probably going to be a few more to come, while I'm on. So I'm going to have to torture you guys with that. But anyway, go ahead and give it back to Miss Joerica Marquez. I tell you what, so guys, sometimes when it rains, it pours. We used to say in the military that, everybody has a plan until you get your boots on the ground, meaning things change, things evolve. And we actually had 2 trainers lined up for tonight, and one got sick, and then one's power went out in their house. Someone crashed into a circuit breaker. So what do? Leaders adapt, leaders step up. And I'm telling you, this was like 5 minutes. And so that's the point of having a team. A team is a fist, an individual is a finger. You poke somebody with a finger, you'll break it, you hit them with the fist. Guess what, guys? It's a lot stronger and it's more powerful. And so I'm going to step in and I'm going to train tonight, guys, on one of the skills that we need, one of the skills that that every network marketer should know. You see, we are transitioning right now into a whole new phase of our company. And, for a while, guys, there was a time where we could not reach back out because we didn't have the mechanism. We didn't have the platform in order to help people. But now that we do, and so I can't think of another skill besides inviting than the skill of following up, guys. And so, Myra, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let me know if you can see it real quick, guys. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. All right, now I should be able to do it. All right, bam, there we go. You should be able to see it. All right, do you got it?
Yes, we can see it.
All right, cool, guys. And so this is not going to be it's going to be a pretty quick training, guys, but I want you to know that, think about it. And I tell this story, you guys are going to laugh about this. I was laying in bed, right? And then I watch the same stuff every night in bed. That's my wife. It drives her crazy, guys. I am a history buff. So I will throw it on the History Channel and I watched the History Channel to put me to sleep. I know that sounds corny, or maybe some of you are like me and you do that. You watch the same thing every night. Well, while I'm watching that show, guys, the same commercial kept coming on. It was about a damn pillow. All right. Now, this pillow was $100. And I kept watching that infomercial. It would come on all the time. It probably took me about maybe 70, 80 times. And then one time that infomercial got me. And I said, let me go ahead and order that pillow. And I ordered that pillow, guys. I slept with the pillow for 3 nights. My son stole it, and he still has that pillow. All right. So the point I'm trying to make, guys, is following up is key. You see, if I would have watched that commercial one time, I probably would have never bought, my wife's laughing at me, I probably would have never bought that pillow. But since that commercial kept going and going and going and going, eventually I was open to buying a stupid $100 pillow. I would not suggest going out there buying a $100 pillow, guys. It's not worth it. But if you got, I see you out there, I see you over there laughing. All right, but following up, guys, it's the process of completing the activity. So when it comes to business, especially when you need to acquire new customers, following up simply means turning a prospect into a distributor. Now, knowing your book of business, guys, we live in a social media age, meaning even if you weren't intentionally keeping a book of business, you have a book of business, which is your phone, your social media, and your contacts. And so a good practice is to write down every person that you speak, message, or text with. Save your contact list. Now, I know not everybody's going to do that, guys. A lot of the time, especially if you're out and about, you're not going to save every contact that you come in contact with, but at least 1 or 2. What are you doing? You are building that book of business. And I tell you what, guys, it's your network that builds your net worth, meaning the more people you know, all right, the more options or the more opportunities you have to get out there and do business. Because I had a mentor of mine, and she said, Arnold, money only comes from one place, other people. And what does that translate to? That translates to your network or someone else's network, all right? Now, when it comes to following up is key, guys. Like I said, guys, I put myself in position every night to hear that damn commercial, all right? But you have to intentionally follow up, all right? I want somebody to write intentionally in the chat. Because first of all, probably half y'all can't spell it because I know I can't spell it, but go ahead and try, all right? But intentionally in the chat, right? Because you have to intentionally write intentionally in this chat, but you have to intentionally follow up, guys. Meaning, all right, it has to be a process, a daily mode of operation that you stick with every single day or every single night or whatever it is decided that you want to do. Now, when you follow up, all right, we have the 2-2-4. That means you follow up 2 days after. Now, this is after you've done everything right, all right? You've invited them, you've exposed them, all right? You've done a 3-way call, you got your leader on, you closed them, and they said, hey, you know what? I need some time. So that's when they go into this 2 days, all right? Then it's 2 weeks, and then it's 4 weeks. Now, after the 4 week, they go into a 6-month follow-up. So you got 2 days, 2 weeks, 4 weeks. Now, that time when you're following up, don't be afraid first to ask for the sale, meaning, hey, are you ready to get started? A lot of the times, that's all people are waiting for. Hey, are you going to ask me for the money? If they don't ask that person, when is a good time to follow up? Excuse me, guys. When is a good time to follow up and then put it down? But just for training sakes, all right, this is what we like to use. 2 days, 2 weeks, 4 weeks. Now, follow up when new announcements come out. Guys, we're going to have some special announcements come out this week about the company, giveaways, contests, trips, etc. And then run your customer report. Listen, a lot of the times, guys, we go into our back office, it's going to tell us, hey, there's a customer that may have, not made a payment. And I found that a lot of the times, guys, when I get that report, the person doesn't even know it. All right, they canceled a card or maybe they have some fraud. That is about 80 to 90% of the time. So that one little follow-up, guys, kept that customer, all right, from having to start over, but also kept that customer from continuing their services, all right? And obviously, you guys know that we have a financial benefit when customers stay on. And you'll never know when someone has a mindset to change. And that is so true. You see, when I got started with this, guys, I reached out to friends, family, they just weren't ready, some of them. But here we are 2 years, 3 years, 4 years later, they had a change of mindset. Listen, when you expose our company to people, whether it's the customer side or the business side, if they say no, they're not saying no to you. A lot of the time we get that, we feel rejected. They're not saying no to you. They're saying it's not the time for me or not right now. That's why we follow up. They're not saying no forever. They're not saying, hey, I'm not your friend. They're just saying it's not for me right now. So that's why we follow up. Now, what to do when you follow up, guys? Use your story. Your story is so compelling, even if you have a small story when it comes to this industry. You say, hey, my name is Chad Sanchez. A year ago, I was working a job. Now I met some really successful people and I'm moving toward financial freedom. And I would like you to hop on this vehicle with me. Or use someone else's story. That was just a quick example. Use videos, tools, webinars, team trainings, okay? The PS3 system, all right? Call to action. What is more beneficial to you? Ask people, what about our services do you like the most, okay? How is it that I can help you right now? You see, people are going to tell you what they need. All we have to do is listen. And that's actually going to save us from having to keep following up, because now they don't feel like a number. They feel like, okay, this person really, really wants to help me. And when people feel that way, guys, then it's going to be a lot easier, all right, to get them to enroll, because that's a huge step for people. Remember your first conversation. Guys, I didn't enroll in my first company in this industry when it was first presented to me. It took me 9 months before I told Melanie I was ready. Now, me and Melanie hung out probably 50, 75 times because she lived in in the same city as me, and we ran with the same circles. It wasn't that I didn't like her. It's just that, hey, at the time, this industry wasn't for me, but she was persistent. She kept saying, hey, come out, come out, come out. And eventually I did. And here we are now 8 years later. And I'm so glad that I decided to join this industry. Don't stop until they tell you to stop. And guys, even when they tell you to stop sometimes, all right, everybody's posting stuff on Facebook. Everybody's posting stuff on Instagram. All right, you hear different conversations. Eventually you will get that window to come back in. All right. Now, we had a friend of mine, he said, I'm not going to stop till I get blocked. All right, don't do that. All right, then you're probably burning all bridges. All right, but keep constantly following up, guys. The 1st and the 15th, that's key. Why? Listen, guys, I spent 16 years of my life in the military and special ops, guys. We got paid on the 1st and the 15th. You see, that's when people have disposable incomes. All right, and then Thursday and Friday. Why? Because Thursday, a lot of the time people's checks hit a day early. I know if you have a credit union, sometimes it hits 2 days early. And then Friday at midnight, Thursday at midnight, people's checks hit. So you want to follow up when people have disposable income, meaning they'll probably say, yeah, if you were anything like I was before financial literacy, all right, guys, I got paid on Friday at the party and that weekend, I was broke on Monday, all right? So you want to hit those people up, guys, when they have money, all right? And the SW guys, some will, some won't, so what, who's next? Do not get attached to an answer, especially if you're newer in this industry or if you're part of this relaunch, because guess what? We're going to have to answer questions. It is okay. That's part of business. Yes, we weren't able to enroll clients or agents for about 2 months. People are maybe going to want to know why. They're going to do their research, okay? Don't shy away from it. Be real with them. And remember, some will, some won't, so what? Move on and then follow up. And so the art of closing, okay? And I'm going to go over this really quick, guys, because when you follow up, all right, you want to be able to close, all right? Now, did that following up make sense? All right, drop a 1 in the chat, guys, if that made sense, all right? If you got some type of value from following up, all right? Now, real quick, guys, the art of closing. Closing is key. And the reason why I say closing is key, because a lot of the time, guys, the reason why we don't succeed in this industry or we're not moving as fast as we want to move is because, guys, we are not asking for the money. And that is the close. Closing is sales term which refers to the process of making a sale. The closing is the final step of a transaction. In sales, it's used more generally to mean achievement of a desired outcome. So what is that desired outcome in our industry, okay? In our company, the desired outcome is turning a person, a prospect, all right, into a customer or into an agent. That way we can better their finances and help them change their lives as far as financial freedom, and to provide the knowledge and help them fix their credit, guys. That is it. That is the desired outcome, which may be in exchange for money or acquiring a signature, right? First thing, all right, you do not need anyone to join your business. You see, if you're, ladies, all right, drop a 1 in the chat if you're feeling me right here. Which guy, especially if let's say you were single and you're out there, which guy are you going to want to talk to? The thirsty one, the one that's always begging you, all right? Or are you going to talk to the one with the confidence, the one that's sort of standing off a little bit, the one that you know likes you a little bit, but he's not sweating you? Drop a 1 if you're going to talk to the last one. You absolutely are, guys. You see, when people see that you are needy, all right, that you want this, all right, or you need them, they're not going to do it with you. They're not. All right, don't be thirsty, okay? We have something that everybody needs, okay? Look at it as if you're interviewing a prospect. That is how I look at this business. That is why through this time, we've been able to keep solid people. Why? Because I interviewed people. Now, would I deny anybody from joining? No, I won't. If someone comes and say, hey, Dr. Bogerty, I would like an opportunity, then yes, I'm going to give them the opportunity. But as far as me reaching out, guys, I want quality people. I want people who I want to work with, people who I know, like, and trust. Your prospect sense of neediness like a dog and senses fear. That's just what I went over, guys. People can smell it. They can smell it on you, all right? If you're, it's like that cheesy car salesman or that cheesy salesman that knocks at your door. People can sense it. They don't want to talk to you. And people join strength, not weakness. There's no way I'm following somebody that's not sure of themselves. There's no way I'm following somebody that's not sure of themselves. People can sense that you're nervous, and nervous is okay. It's okay to not know everything, but you gotta be confident, guys. You gotta be confident when it comes to this. And then people are gonna believe in you. Why? Times are hard out there. People are working, you know, more hours and getting paid less because of what? Inflation and some of the things that are happening in our economy. And so a lot of people are being a little bit more careful where they put their money. They want to know that, hey, if I invest in this, I am going to get a return. And so if you can go ahead and transfer your beliefs, meaning your message is there, then people will go ahead and follow you. And professionals sort and amateurs sell. Guys, we are professional sorters. We're not sellers, all right? What I mean by that is, yes, anybody, if they want to go ahead and join the program as far as you see, yes, we'll bring them on. But when they're coming on as partners, guys, anybody here in this industry has been here longer than a day. There's been times where you had that problem partner, that problem agent, all right, that needy person that you probably should have never signed up, and they're taking 90% of your time. You see, those are people we want to avoid, but that's how we do it when we sort through. All right, now, the effective way to close, guys, is by asking questions. We're almost done, all right, guys? The goal is to find out what is important to your prospect. You do that by forming. You do that by listening to their needs. You see, closing starts by listening, because if you listen enough and you ask the right questions, people are going to tell you exactly what they're looking for. And then you, by knowing your product, all right, by knowing this industry, by knowing our comp plan, all right, you'll be able to go ahead and interject what they want to hear or what they need to hear in order to get the most from our presentation. And so here's 6 closing questions. I want you guys to go ahead and take a screenshot of this. But guys, these closing questions are tried and true. These closing questions did not come from me. They did not come from Myra, okay? These closing questions came from the godfather himself, Eric Worre. He's the one that teaches the person, that teaches the person, that teaches the person, all right? He is the one, guys, that people go to, the pros in this company pay thousands and thousands of dollars to hear this man. And he came up with this, and I have used this over and over and over again. because you want people. It's a process. What'd you like best? Oh, I like the part to be able to help people. All right, great. Scale of 1 to 10, where are you right now? 1, you don't want to join. 10, you're ready to go right now. Oh, I'm about an 8. Okay, guys, anything from a 7 and above, they're ready to join. How much money do you need to make for this to be worth your time? Ask them that. Ask them that, but be realistic with them when they come back with an answer. How many months are you willing to work, and how many hours are you willing to work to get to that level? And you hold them accountable to that. And then it's if I, would you? That means if I could show you how to make an extra $600 a month, working 3 hours a week over the next 4 months, would you join our company? Absolutely. Okay, welcome to the team. Let's go ahead and get you enrolled. And so, guys, that's a quick example of the 6 closing questions, but they absolutely work. And so, guys, we're going to go ahead and stop it right there. Go ahead and throw some ones in the chat, guys, if you got some value from that. I know that was sort of an impromptu training. You know, I always tell people, especially with leaders, you always got to be ready to go. You always got to have that training in your hip pocket, guys. And so, like Myra said, my wife actually been staring at me. She's probably going to kill me as soon as I hop off this Zoom, because I'm not supposed to actually be talking, you know, for the next 6 weeks. As you guys know, I'm just getting over vocal cord cancer, but I love you guys. All right. You guys are my family. And so, you know, we do things for our family that maybe we weren't supposed to do, but I love each and every last one of you. And I'm excited. I'm excited what the future has. I'm excited for where this company is going. I'm excited, you know, for where you're going, where you're going to be, you know, in the next 30 to 90 days. And so, Myra, I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to you, superstar. God bless each and every last one of you. And yeah, Myra, you got it.
Thank you so much for that, Arnold. And you know what? We're like mentally there whooping your butt right now too, because we want you healed and we want you back, but we definitely want that to be in the best way possible. But I can't deny as well, just over the years, I've seen you always step up and do so well as far as leadership and in serving all of us, really. So it's been priceless. And I mean, that's just another demonstration of your dedication to us and to serving others and anyone you can really help. So it does mean a lot. I think Tiffany is right for getting on your case tonight. And next time I'm going to be host and then I'll block you out. No, I'm just kidding. But ultimately, team, let's light it in the chat. Let's give him some recognition for that. I mean, going above and beyond is why he's been able to create a lifestyle that's above and beyond anything that's average. And we are also very grateful for having that example of a leadership available to us and so dedicated to us, right? And so determined to help us grow on this journey. Now, there's a couple of really amazing things. This is the first week of the 5-week volume month. I know I mentioned briefly about the Sunday trainings. Those are at 9 o'clock. So make a mental note of that as well. And we'll be sharing those reminders in the chats also. And we do have an additional trainer for tonight. And, you know, this is just another example of servant leadership. This is just another chance for you all to see that when you are determined and motivated on the reasons why you got started, and if you're more driven by your purpose, you just adjust to the other things that come up. I mean, I've witnessed this young lady grow. I've witnessed her serve. I've witnessed her accomplish a great deal and just develop an amazing team herself. And they've stayed true to her because of her being true to them. So I know that for me, I've been able to refer to her as a sister. I remember attending events where we were sharing a hotel room with a couple of other people, some who may not even be around right now, but I mean, we even shared a bed or whatnot, just to make sure that we could get there, just to make sure that we were plugging into the information. So I've never questioned her commitment. I've never doubted her determination to get to the top. She'd been able to create success prior to this business, but with this one as well, she's definitely made her mark. And she's only gotten started, guys. Like Arnold said, we're really excited right now with this launch, this relaunch, this 2.0 session. So as life happens, again, leaders adjust, y'all. So please give all of your undivided attention to none other than Chris Bariner. Sis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you guys hear and see me okay?
Yes, we can hear and see you
All right.
okay. Take it away. sis.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. What's up, Relentless? Come on, man. Listen, put some fires in the chat. We gotta do it. Great information from y'all know I love my Power Ranger, my boss man, Dr. Bogarty, right? Yo, Erica, man, just seeing you grow. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. You're stepping up in a major way. And my beautiful sis, I mean, you know, we've been there from the beginning. Like you said, sleeping in the same bed in the hotel out in Vegas to honestly being the only two still rocking out of our little crew. And I wouldn't trade any of those moments for anything. I love you to death. I love all of you guys to death. I won't be before you long. As life has it, stuff always seems to kind of throw a curveball, right? Getting prepared, I worked on my PowerPoint all day. I was ready for y'all tonight, right? Some drunk driver hit a pole, knocked out the power in my whole complex. So now, all the hard work that I poured in today to be ready for you guys, I got to kind of do a little makeshift from my car on my phone. But nothing's going to stop me. I told y'all, listen, my why was big. My 2.0 why is even bigger with, you know, the loss of my dad. And I'm not letting nothing get in the way of that, right? So what I want to share with you guys really quick is just some things that I've been doing and that I've been implementing with myself and my team. And we've seen some success. You know, so far, I've already enrolled 2 new agents and 3 new clients, right? So I want to share with you guys exactly what it is that I'm doing or that, you know, my team is doing. And then I also want to go over the new enrollment process, right? I don't know if a lot of you all may be privy to what's going on, but definitely I'm going to share with you tonight so we all know, right? So first things first, I'm going to share my screen really quick just to show you guys a post, right? So the first week of the volume 5 week, right? We want to put good posts out. And keep in mind, remember last week, I trained on how to be compliant. So I did call corporate and I made sure this verbiage was compliant. Everything was fine. They told me it was great. No images though, just the verbiage itself. So I'm going to share that with you first. I'm going to do that. All right, Mara, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. All right, so let me go into, and I did post this on Facebook, but I screenshotted it just so I can get to it right away. All right, let's see, right here. So you see this verbiage. I'm looking for 5, just 5 individuals that want true time freedom, an opportunity to build generational wealth, want a change, and truly want to help others. Inbox me now. I'm working on something huge, and I'm in need of 5 like-minded people. Just that simple verbiage, right? That's all I've been working on. That's all I posted. I posted this yesterday. You guys would not believe my inbox, right? And all I'm doing when I'm speaking to them, and I'm going to actually show it to you. So let me log out of here and get into my messenger. All right. Just to give you an example of one of the people that I did this with. And I mean, all these people, look, hey, what you got run? A lot of people are hitting me up about being one of the 5, right? So let me find the one girl that I spoke with that actually signed up. Let's see. I'm just going to find her name now. Where is she? See, I already took her offline, guys. I don't even remember. But nevertheless, what I'll do is I'm just going to tell you exactly, you know, what it is that I'm saying to them. So all I'm actually saying is, you know, thanking them for reaching out to the post, congratulating them on wanting better for themselves, wanting to be a life changer, wanting to change their own lives. And then I'm actually taking them offline. So I'm setting an appointment. We all know how this works, right? PS3. I pique their interest with the post. I set an appointment for them to speak with me on the phone or meet in person. And then I get either one of my upline, which I haven't bothered my upline now. As you guys know, my upline is Arnold, and I ain't trying to get beat up by Tiffany, right? So I'll actually call someone on my team. Another teaching moment. I am the highest title, right, in my organization. That doesn't mean anything. I'll call my sales director, Vanika Jenkins. I'll call my cousin, Demario, right? They're sales directors, but I'm calling them and edifying them, making them the expert to help me close this deal, right? So keep that in the back of your head as well. You don't always have to, reach out to someone that is a higher title. Now, obviously, if you have that, then great. But it's all about building leaders. One thing that I learned in my first year in this industry was building leaders, not followers. And I have some pretty strong leaders on my team. So I'll call them and have them close my deals, right? And basically, like I said, all I'm doing is I'm thanking them for reaching out to the post. And then after they reach out to the post, I ask them what are their goals. So you said, and I always flip it back on them, right? You said you want to change lives, build generational wealth. What does that look like for you? And guys, don't worry. I'll make sure I put all of this in our Relentless chat and in the band so you guys have all of my questions. So I'll ask the first question. What does that look like to you? What does being a building generational wealth, what is helping others? How does that look to you? And I just listen. And the reason that I do that is because I'm trying to see if what they're thinking matches what we have to offer here, our opportunity at UWE, right? Most times it does, it aligns, right? Like Arnold said before, with the inflation, with the recession, with everything that's going on in the world today, people are truly looking for something to generate more money and to give them time freedom. But they also want to look for it with a person that they know, love, and trust. So I make it all about them first. I compliment them on what they're doing. Once, I compliment them on what they're doing, I share with them what I'm doing. And then I don't give them too much, right? Remember, we're only giving them the movie trailer. We don't want to give them the whole movie, just the trailer. And then what I'm doing is after I give them the trailer, I'm asking them for another time. So I'm not closing that deal on that phone call. We're going to set up another time that we can either speak or I can get them on a one-on-one Zoom. What I'm doing right now with my team is I'm having my team do this all week. And then we're either going to lead them to Monday nights at Black Rock. And then after Monday, we're going to lead them to Saturday. I'm doing Zooms for my team on Saturdays at 11 a.m. to invite everyone that we pique interest to hop on that Zoom call on Saturday, right? This will be our first week doing it. Obviously, it's the first week of the 5 week. So this is going to be our first week doing it. And trust me, guys, I'll share the link if you guys want to invite. Definitely here to help close any deals that I can for you guys as well, right? So once I do that, obviously they like what they see, they get started. We got new blood on the team. And it's all about new blood. Don't get me wrong. I love all of our old teammates. Love them all to death. But we know that a lot of our old people kind of feel a little burned by what happened with the company. So how you get those old people back is go get new, fresh blood. Reason being is those old people are going to see that you're still moving on. You're still building with new people and they don't want to miss out. So that's how you're going to resurrect them from the dead, right? So that's exactly what I'm doing. Now, as far as the enrollment process goes, things have changed a little bit. And I did call corporate today just to get a clarification on this process. Now, we won't have to do this process very long because as you guys know, there's a new compliance team that will be assigned to each new client as they enroll. There's projected to roll this out in the next 2 weeks is what I was told today by corporate. But in the meantime, once you get that client enrolled or that new agent enrolled, you're still wanting to walk through them to get them properly launched, right? Make sure they activate all their services. But there's been a change. So now when they go in and they activate the credit restoration portion, there's going to be a little box. They're going to get an email, the same enrollment email that we're all accustomed to our clients getting. They're going to get an additional email as well. That additional email states, go to free or annualcreditreport.com. You have to simply just put a check in that box, right? It takes you to annualcreditreport.com. They request that credit report. It's all free. They don't have to pay anything additional for it. As soon as they get it, they have to then email it to our corporate team. And they're going to email it to the same email that we're all, accustomed to or used to. And let me just give you guys that right now, just in case some people may not know or may not remember. Let's see here. All right, so it's the reports at UWE, that one, but I'm just giving it to you to make sure I'm giving you all of the correct one. All right, so it's reports at united-credit.org. So that's where they're going to email it to. And again, I will drop this information in the chats as well as in the band. But they're going to email that credit report. I know that sucks. I know it's tedious. I know it's an extra step to have our customer have to do. But again, it's not going to have, we won't have to do this for a long period of time, right? So once we get them to submit that credit report over to our corporate office, in 48 hours, they said 48 to 72 hours, the client will receive their dispute letters, okay? Now, again, for up to the next 2 weeks, we're gonna have to make sure we take that extra step with our clients and with our agents in order to ensure that they get their dispute letters, because they won't get the dispute letters until they do send off their credit report, right? Now, after those 2 weeks, once the compliance team has launched, it's rolled out, that's what our compliance team is going to do with our clients. Remember, each client, when they sign up, they're going to get an email to schedule a time, a one-on-one time with a compliance person that's going to actually do this portion for us. They're going to walk them through setting up all of their services, walk them through pulling the credit report, educate them on where to send the credit report once they get it, and then also educate them on what to do once they get their dispute letters. They're going to do that the very first initial call. Then after 30 days, they're going to do a follow-up. They then follow up again in 60 days, and then follow up lastly in 90 days. I love that, even though we have to do this extra step. I love it because now it's truly allowing us to be able to build an organization and not have to so much worry about, our clients getting results if they activated their services per se. So for at least the next 2 weeks, we're going to have to do this with our clients, but it won't last long because, again, there's a whole team designated to do this for our clients. I absolutely love it. Now, our compliance team will do this with our clients. However, this process also won't be a long-lived process either. We won't always have to have our clients go pull their own credit report from annualcreditreport.com. The only reason why we're doing it right now is because corporate is actually finalizing deals with partner companies that'll be able to do it for us in-house as we, are accustomed to doing it before. So this is just a workaround for now until we can get the credit pulled in-house again. All right. Anyone have any questions about that process? If you do, go ahead and drop it in the chat and I'll answer those questions now. Great info. Great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Great. And be mindful, guys, if you have any questions, I am just a text message, a Facebook message away, guys. You can inbox me. You can definitely text me, guys, 813-300-9795. Feel free at any time. When do they get the emails? They get the emails immediately as soon as they sign up. So when they enroll, you know how we get the green email that gives them their username, their password? Immediately following that email, they'll receive another email that gives them the link to just click on to go to annualcreditreport.com. Great question, chat. Anyone else have any questions? All right. Well, if you don't have any questions now, cool. Again, wait, can they still have their letters mailed for the, what's that question? Mail the ones who want letters. Yes, that option has not changed. Yes, they can still decide to opt in to receive them electronically or still have them mailed out. Yes. Yep, that process hasn't changed at all. All right. Guys, again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. We'll list my phone number in the chat as well. You can reach me through the chat. You can also message me. I'm definitely here to be a servant leader, learning, from my mentors and from my boss man, Tiffany. Don't knock Arnold out so you can go to sleep and stop talking. Relentless, I love you guys. Listen, like Bruno says, right? We ain't even gonna see you at the top no more. We meet everybody at the bank. Have a good night. Back to you, Myra.
Wow, team.
Hey,
Let's just give it up
hey,
for Sis.
Myra,
Let
let me hop in for 1 second, you guys. I wanted to make a quick point. You see, what Chris just did was showed you the difference between an amateur and a pro. And what do I mean by that? You see, a pro is always up to date on their business, right? They know what's going on. They're able to adjust, you see. And so just that minor change that the company made, all right, that could be the difference between you coming off as knowing what you're doing or people saying, hey, this person don't know what the hell they're doing, all right, because of those steps. And so, Chris has been doing this for a little bit, but I just wanted to get that example in, all right? We should know that update. There's probably people on here that didn't know that update, all right? And that's probably because, all right, we haven't been as focused or as intentional as we need to be about our business, guys. And so that's the key to staying plugged in, all right? Being here on every Tuesday, all right? Being on training every Sunday as far as a millionaire mindset, all right? Because you're going to be kept up to date on everything that's constantly evolving and changing through this period, guys. And so I'm going to throw back to Myra, but I definitely wanted you guys to show you that example of Chris. She's always enrolling people, always plugged in. And that's why she was able to go ahead and update everybody on that change.
Team, again, we have just a phenomenal example of what it means to be dedicated, not only to you all, but to everything that we first said we were going to do when we got started. And, you know, I think it's been a beautiful thing. I think that, you know, challenges really force us to level up. I couldn't be more grateful to have those examples so close and around me. And, you know, when success is that close to you, you have to know that your blessings are right by as well. So team, let's go ahead and celebrate them. Of course, we are done for tonight's training. Make sure you're marking the calendar. Plug in each and every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. We're going to continue to bring different topics that'll help encourage your growth and contribute towards all of your success. God bless each and every single one of you. Thank you all for connecting tonight. And let's continue taking this all the way to the top. Take care, everyone.
Good night. Good night.